This is what happened this week in Florida Mini Tour Golf. A weekly look at the players, performances, and stories emerging from professional golf across the state. I'm David Erdy. Let's begin. It was an absolutely absurd week of Mini Tour golf in Florida. We had a former LIV golfer win in a playoff, 2 former PGA Tour players show up on Moonlight Tour leaderboards. We had a 12 under par 58 that was followed up with a 10 under par 60. We had another 58 on a separate tour, as well as a 59. So there's a lot to get to. We'll start at the Florida Summer Classic on the Minor League Golf Tour. This was one of the stronger fields of the week. A 45-player field competed for just over $7,300, and by the end of 18 holes, 3 players had separated themselves from the field. Chase Koepka, Aylwin Brown Jr., and Raul Menard. All 3 shot 64, 7 under par. Koepka won the playoff and earned the $1,300 first place check. Koepka is no stranger to competition, having competed at the highest level on the LIV Golf Tour. The leaderboard had plenty of depth behind him as well. 95th Florida Mini Tour ranked golfer Brett Druitt finished 4th at 6 under par, as well as 14th ranked Florida Mini Tour golfer Cole Castro and 118th ranked Florida Mini Tour golfer Wyatt Platner, who tied at 5th at 5 under. As impressive as Chase's win was, Domenico Geminiani is unquestionably the story of the week. Maybe the performance of the year so far in Mini Tour golf. Domenico Geminiani shot 12 under par 58 in the first round of the Indian Spring Summer West 2-day, and then came back the next day and shot a 10 under par 60 to win by a smooth 7 strokes over Cole Castro, who also deserves a shout out for shooting 63, 62, 15 under. Imagine shooting 15 under for 2 days and losing by 7. Dom now sits in the top 5 at 4th place in the Florida Mini Tour rankings, and his stats are absurd. He boasts a 67.11 season stroke average with a 66.58 in his last 10 competitive rounds. He has a 72% win-loss record among players in the top 50 and is one of the most profitable players in Florida Mini Tour golf. He's climbed from number 66 in the rankings in late February all the way into the top 5. Weeks like Dom is having is what compelled me to start doing this. I've witnessed firsthand over the last 15 years how good golfers have become at this level. In my opinion, every golf fan in America should know who Domenico Geminiani is. His skill is every bit as good as anyone you'd see on TV. And I would argue he's one of the most entertaining follows on social media. I'll link his profiles below. Dom, congratulations on a week I'm sure you'll never forget. And here's where this week gets even stranger. Dom wasn't the only player to post 58. Jeff Corr shot 58 at the Crane Lakes Florida Mini Tour one day, and Kevin Aylwin shot 59. Now I do think context is important here. Corr and Aylwin were playing at Crane Lakes Golf Club, which is a par 66. Domenico's 58 came on a par 70. So that is a little different, but that doesn't take anything away from shooting in the 50s. A 58 on a tournament scorecard is still a 58. I'd like to highlight our event at Crane Lakes. We had a 15-person field with a $200 entry fee, and 110% of the entry fee went back into the prize money. $2,800 went to the purse, and another $500 went to a low total par 3 score. This was thanks to our minimum 70% entry fee purse allocation, as well as $1,000 added by an anonymous contribution. For the first 5 events we've hosted on the Florida Mini Tour, our prize money to entry fee allocations have been 95%, 71%, 71%, 78%, and 110%. That's a huge part of our goal, to try to put more money back into the players' pockets. Now, on to the Moonlight Golf Tour. Thursday's Moonlight Golf Tour event at Wekiva Golf Club gave us another interesting leaderboard. Chris Couch shot 68, 4 under par to win by 1. Couch is a former PGA Tour player, so seeing his name at the top of the Moonlight Tour leaderboard is another reminder of the range of players competing in these events. Right behind him were Jackson Soska and James Piao, who each shot 69 3-under par, and then another familiar name finished at fourth. Brian Davis, another former PGA Tour player, shot a 2-under par 70. So in a 10-player mini-tour event in Wekiva Springs, you had two players with significant PGA Tour experience inside the top four. Couch earned $700 for the victory. Soska and Piao each earned $300. Davis earned $100 for fourth. It's a small event when you look at the field size, but it's a pretty good illustration of something that gets missed when people hear about the phrase mini tour golf. You really don't know who is going to show up. On Friday, the Moonlight Golf Tour moved to Stony Brook West Golf Club, and number 23 ranked FMT golfer Michael Blair closed the week with one of the cleaner victories we saw. Blair shot 66, 6-under par. That was good enough for a 3-shot victory over Spencer Brizendine, who finished second at 3-under par, with Dwayne Perriman another shot back at 2-under par. Blair earned $300 from the $750 purse. 14 players competed, and 5 players earned prize money. And Brian Davis showed up again on the leaderboard with a 72 even par for fourth. So to put the entire week together, Chase Koepka, former LIV golfer, wins a 3-man playoff after shooting 64 in a 45-player field on the minor league tour. Then, Domenico Geminiani shoots 58, 60 to finish 22 under par and win by 7. Jeff Corr adds another 58. Kevin Aylwin shoots 59 at our Florida Mini Tour event that the prize money equaled 110% of the total entry fees collected. Then, former PGA Tour winner Chris Couch took the Moonlight event at Wekiva, with former PGA Tour player Brian Davis finishing fourth. And number 23 ranked Michael Blair closes the week with a 6-under par 66 and a 3-shot victory at Stony Brook West Golf Club. That is a ridiculous amount of great golf packed into a few days. Whew. I'm David Erdy, and that's what happened this week in Florida Mini Tour Golf.